My name is Brodie,
My name is DAYTUAN.
and this is the AEW Dynamite Review DIY Podcast Style Edition, DIY Wrestling Podcast Style Edition for May the 12th, 2021. And this was fun.
Very fun show.
Very fun show. I wouldn't say like negatives. There are things to talk about, but all around it was a great show.
Oh, yeah. Better than Raw.
What is that? I feel what? Wait.
All right.
First match.
Let's hop into it. It's the Mox.
I just want to say, like, right as they started, I think there was a cold open to this show that I think I missed by like a second, because right before you came in, they played something before the Dynamite theme song, but I think it was in regards to this.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember. Like, I seen something before Dynamite, and it was related to AEW.
Oh, shit.
It was something about Nagata.
Oh.
So they did that. They rolled the theme song. They did the match. And this is pretty much what you'd expect for a 46-year-old Japanese man who's been through the trenches.
You see Mox's face, dude?
All they did was hit each other. They did some of the wrestling shit, yeah, but this was pretty much just, I'm going to smack you as hard as I can. You're going to smack me as hard as I can. There's a finish at the end we got to do, but we're just going to beat the shit out of each other for the allotted time slot that we have.
Yeah. Don't forget the best part of the match. Moxley music.
Bruh. We got to have a talk
No,
about
that
this
one,
real
man.
quick. Especially for someone like him who has been in like podcast interviews and stuff and talked about like how music and entrance matters in your presentation. I know he's also a fan of like old school like rock music, like beyond the 90s, like 80s rock music.
Yeah.
I get it. But you got to think what works for you as a professional wrestler and what works for you as a person. What works for you as a person in a sense doesn't kind of matter, because that takes away from the intensity of the entire entrance you have.
Yeah. I was so amped up for him, then that hit. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
It happened at the beginning of the match, and I'm like, God damn it. It happened at the end of the match. I'm like, God damn it. All around, though, this was a stiff-ass fight.
It was a fight.
Like I said, they did wrestling shit. It ends with the paradigm shift or Death Rider, depending on what company, you know, when you're in there. What do you call it? I just want to mention, too, Rocky Romero was here.
Funky Vice.
I kind of laughed at this a little bit because, like, the match is under New Japan rules, right?
Yeah.
But that had nothing to do with him being here. Like, the 20 count was under officiation and everything. But what was, like, is he, like, the guy through the deal or something here? Because, like, if that's the case and that's the proper credit they gave him, I get it. But why did they have to show Rocky?
What was the point of this?
I don't know, really.
Just a mute point, honestly.
Like, we get it. Rocky works for New Japan, and he is well respected, and he works in the office. Gotcha. And he does English commentary too. Gotcha.
Thank you.
Mox wins, paradigm shift. Him and the guy to do a sign of respect after that. That's pretty cool. And we move on from there.
Inner Circle promo.
This was good for the most part.
It was what it was.
It's Ortiz, right?
Yeah.
Because Santana's in jail for stabbing MJF with the fork that we mentioned last week on the podcast.
I just love the little things like that.
But yeah, we've seen it in pro wrestling before. But what AEW likes to go the extra mile to do is be different. That adds to heat from MJF because his lawyer got Ortiz. Yeah, he got Ortiz put in jail. Ortiz got locked up. Jericho is assumptionally like out of commission from the bump he took last week.
Yeah.
Is what we're being informed of.
As we know.
And pretty much Ortiz killed all of his promo, 110%. Like, yeah. It was pretty much what we say about everything they do. Like,
he really good, man.
They just feel real. They don't feel like wrestling. They feel like what you say to them is just some shit they'd say to you in the street. Like, they don't feel pro wrestling.
Hell no.
And that's kind of the best thing about pro wrestling is people who don't feel pro wrestling.
That's a fact.
Hager did what he was supposed to for the most part. Just toward the end, he just kind of started talking too much. Like,
the message started to come out and stuff.
Yeah. Like, short, sweet, to the point. That was short, sweet, to the point, but that wasn't short, enough.
More a little shorter.
And Sammy, overall,
good, bro.
I'm fine. It's just the final few pieces of what you're doing. And I feel like I've been saying this about a few people in wrestling. It's not even just Sammy. I feel like I've been tagging a couple people about this. Even, I don't review NXT, but I even feel like I'm watching NXT with him. Just like, sometimes it's like, some of these promos are good, but y'all fucking up at the end.
Really?
Like, y'all try and over-deliver to a point where it's try hard, and it comes off as fake. And you really tried to rehearse this.
And it just gone so bad. It's like,
Yeah, less of that.
Whole formula.
Less of that, more of the energy toward the start.
Yeah.
That, they're pretty much saying, Pinnacle? They want a rematch.
Yeah.
And they don't care what it takes. They don't care how far left behind they are. They're going to get their rematch. They don't care if they're down 5-3, 6-3, they're getting their rematch.
Yes.
And the state of the Pinnacle tonight will be the funeral of the Pinnacle. Sammy Guevara ends it with, which was the ending quote. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, actually, I don't even say that's an ending quote. That's verbatim. Don't quote me. Please don't quote me. I don't need that.
Bro.
What's next, bruh?
Your favorite Cody Rhodes announcement.
Dude, listen.
Come on, talk to your boy.
Remember when Art Anderson did a couple months ago? Hey, Cody, do you know what this date was in like 1970 something?
Yeah.
No, Arn, we don't. Yeah, Cody came out and offered up a U.S. history. And hold on, really quickly, I'm just gonna put all of this in the context right now. What I'm saying, but this is in the scope of pro wrestling. I am absolutely all for what Cody is speaking about in terms of bringing a child into the world, raising it under the right circumstances, all of that stuff, all of the positive he talked about blacks and whites and equality and what America offers versus what other countries don't. I get it, I do, but speaking pro wrestling, we talk about and AEW prides themselves on, and Cody's trying to do what he usually does and try and do WWE stuff, but just do it a way that people can take it when they've done it so much and they do it so often that nobody wants to see it.
Fact.
They're running the foreigner thing with Ogogo and saying because you put the flag over me, because you preach about how great that the United Kingdom is versus the United States, that it's almost a shame. But Cody's like, this place gave you a visa, you work under U.S. soil, you make checks from the U.S. Embassy.
All this, your treasury, you's going on and on.
And once again, if I wanted to see this, I simply just go on YouTube and type in John Cena versus Foreigner promo here. It's really not that
hard
to just put together a story of this guy's really good. He's from the UK. He thinks his country's better than us. Okay, guess what? Beat me in a match, and I can say UK's got us on that.
Yeah.
All right. Instead, what we did was Cody embraced. I don't even want to say full John Cena in this because he went a completely different direction. He embraced his father. He embraced Dusty Rhodes and said,
"The dream
for one night only." And then addresses the ring announcer, Justin Roberts, "You will not be calling me the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Nothing will be different. The appeal will not be different. Not the appeal, I'm sorry. The attire will not be different. Nothing of what I'm doing will be any different. But for one night, because of how you are treating me and this country, Ogogo, I will be the American Dream again, and you will address me as the American Dream." That is what this was all about. No disrespect to Dusty, none of that, but this could have just been a 2-minute thing in the back with Marvez.
The announcer could just advertise it, just told us this. This honestly didn't need no time on TV.
I'm going to say what Haven said. I could have watched Phoenix fly for 7 minutes.
Yeah. I could have watched Ogogo punch somebody.
I could have watched Max cast. You know what? We're just
ranting now.
Okay.
We about done here?
I'm done.
Yeah. Next up, Young Bucks versus SCU.
Later. This was pretty much the best hits of any match they've ever had over the last 13 years. You get the teased more bang for your buck spot. You got the teased best Meltzer ever instead of best moonsault ever.
I was hoping for that.
You got just a bunch of different variations of stuff. And at some point in this match, outside the ring, I believe, right?
Yes.
Chris Daniels got busted open. And that's our second blood job of the night.
Yeah, it was a big one, too.
And Daniels is gushing from his eye and shit, and it's like, oh, boy. So he's sitting out for a while, and they just beat the shit out of Frankie until Frankie eventually gets to Daniels. Daniels gets the tag bloody, makes his comeback, hits the Angel's wings at one point. They make it really close, really, really close. At one point, you get the Gallows and Anderson interference, and then...
What was Gallows wearing, dude?
Dude, Luke Gallows is like he just came from a country concert trying to fuck moms, bro. Luke Gallows is out to do nothing but tell you he got a dangly hanging from his ear like Shawn Michaels in the 90s, and he's single and he wants to fuck your mom. If not, he's going to sit in a circle and have a biz quiz with the boys over the Piz Hub. That's what Luke Gallows is going to sit here and tell you he's going to do. That's what Luke Gallows looks like. He looks like he just came from a concert, bro. Like, they look like they just run out to save the Bucks, and they just get to the building like, oh, yeah, you guys, it's a spot we talked about over the phone. Oh, it's our interference spot? Yeah, this is what you're making your money for. Oh, shit, let's get out there. This would explain why they're so late to half the things they got to save Kenny from.
Literally. You might as well just pay out a beer at this point.
I think Gallows would take it. Carl Anderson might be a little mad, but I think Gallows would take it.
You got mad kid, but I got to stay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so this match ends with the BTE trigger. The Bucks wrap this up, and I said it last week. And they did it. Once again, another thing I like about this company. Anything that just seems simple, anything that seems like it adds to it, it adds. Because I said this will be the I'm sorry, I love you moment, the whole Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels thing with Shawn Michaels retire Ric Flair. And that is exactly what they did at one point in this match. Matt Jackson was in the corner. Christopher Daniels is busted open. He's getting up. Matt Jackson, because of the moment, this is what's happening here. Matt Jackson's like, I'm sorry, I love you, does the super kick. They get the false finish, the 2 count. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
I love the Young Bucks.
Young Bucks, thank you. AEW, thank you. Appreciate it.
They're the best.
So, this match ends, and from here...
Next is Christian Cage promo.
He wants, to sum this up pretty succinctly, he wants the best member of Team Taz.
Honestly.
He wants the best he said, send your best member of Team Taz because I know you can't get between the ropes anymore. And whoever you send, because I have an open contract for a match next week, I'll beat. And then he gets cut off
by Matt Sydal.
He gets cut off by Matt Sydal. So this is like one of those things we used to see on NXT for anybody who used to watch those back in the day with me through the network, where somebody trying to make their way up the ladder is, even if they're proven from wherever they've been, they get stopped by like a mid-carder who's like a really good worker. The attempt is to make a good match, which it'll probably be, but it'll probably be the same old match.
What you mean, same old match?
The same thing that we've been talking about the last few weeks. Oh, not to mention, too, that they mentioned the Casino Battle Royal because it's AEW Double or Nothing, and it's the casino themes are back.
I love it.
So we are having the Casino Battle Royal, and the winner of the Casino Battle Royal, which Christian also says is getting a world title shot. So that world title shot makes those battle royals real interesting.
I love it.
All right.
Next up is Orange Cassidy versus
The Bastard Pack. I think it's just an angle. I don't think it's a shoot. I could believe it, but pretty sure it's just an angle. So this match starts. They did you the shenanigans again with Orange Cassidy with the glasses. He tries to put them on Pac. Pac sat there for a second like, I'm not playing your games. Took the glasses, broke them. They fought. Orange Cassidy put his hands in his pockets and beat his ass and flexed on him.
Cool.
And then when Pac gets control, he power bombs this man at some point in this match. This is the big spot. He power bombs him on his neck at one point. He power bombs him on his neck at one point. And I just want to say real quick before I continue, the picture you see above me, next to me in between DAYTUAN is after Pac was beating up Orange Cassidy. I mean after Orange Cassidy was on the offense with his hands in his pockets and he got outside the ring and he did a tope. He takes out a pair of backup glasses out of his pockets and puts those on.
Cool ass. Cool.
You get the original pair broken for a reason. People keep taking glasses from you. Take this as maybe you shouldn't have them.
Yeah.
You only wear sunglasses indoors if you're blind or if you're a dickhead. Which one are you, Orange Cassidy? Because if you're blind, I know. But you don't care.
Nah.
So the powerbomb spot, the picture-in-picture, Aubrey is counting at one point in the middle of this picture-in-picture, stops, goes to check on him because he literally got stuffed so bad on this powerbomb it looked like he got his neck folded.
Ooh, I thought he was out.
So at some point she got back in the ring. And all they do is just throw each other around for a second. Like, it just looks really uncoordinated. They're just doing something every, 40 seconds. Other than that, it's just like they're pushing each other back and forth.
Yeah.
And then we get Don Callis coming out after the picture-in-picture is over, distracting Pac so the ref could be distracted too, and Kenny Omega could come in the ring and blast Pac with the title.
He's trying to cost him the match.
While Orange Cassidy, on the other hand of things, wait, did Kenny take him out or was he already laid out?
He was already laid out.
Okay, he was already laid out. So Orange Cassidy was still already naturally out. I think he got super kicked or something before this all happened when they came back.
Yeah.
So, they were both out to the count of 10. They didn't think they had to face anybody. They called it a champs night off. Kenny said, we're leaving. We don't got to appear. He's basically just I don't got to do a pay-per-view. And most champions who say this shit, and this might just be me.
Always backfire.
Yeah, it always backfires.
Well,
but I was going to say, most champions who say this shit, usually I'm listening to her yeah, I'm okay, yeah. It's just a heel thing to say, I don't got to work. Cool. Now, in that man's specific case, he's holding 4 different championship belts, 2 of which represent one company, and 1 represents his company. Wait, AEW, 2 Impact, and the AAA. Yeah, so a night off for him in his case actually sounds like he realistically would deserve it. You feel what I'm talking
here? Yeah.
but
TK has having none of that.
Yep, because Shivani walks up, pretty much gets talked down to for about 30 seconds, tries to tell them what Tony Khan says, and Tony Khan says that you guys are competing. Well, Kenny's competing. Done. You're going to be here.
Yeah.
Kenny, you're competing in a 3-way, which is Orange Cassidy, Pac, and of course, Kenny Omega. So that'll be at Double or Nothing, May the 30th.
Yeah.
All right.
Next.
Will be
The Pinnacle.
All right. So MJF decided to get decked to the Dude had the pink suit, came out with the crown.
Like LeBron.
Somebody, you just started a whole thing. That man's about as controversial as. Yeah, this is. Yep, there you go. Bro, yeah. You on some meta shit, bro.
Thought that on the fly.
Okay. So, MJF, this is pretty much them bragging. Like, I'm not going to go word for word about what MJF said. This is just them bragging for a second until Tully gets on the mic and says that he wants them to remember what they went through. It's pretty much like a prize of war. He bought them expensive, like thousands of dollars worth of watches, apparently.
He didn't say what.
He didn't give the dollar value. He just seemed like he just spit it out. They all got watches. And, that's your gift. Good shit. Good job. You did it. You won. You are the new force around AEW.
Yeah.
So then we started hearing car honk again, just like we did 3 weeks ago. It is not Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston.
This time.
It is the Inner Circle.
Sammy Guevara.
Jake Hager.
Ortiz.
And they come out and pretty much say, hey, give us a rematch. And MJF says, drive off. We beat you. We're not fighting you again. They pretty much go back and forth for a second. I just want to mention real quick. In the middle of MJF's bragging, can we just talk about that Shane Spears? Sean Spears, right?
Oh,
Shane Spears.
Shane Ty?
Yeah.
Dude, huh?
He was called the God of Canada.
Excuse me?
Do you know who your world champion is?
Have y'all lost your minds?
I think they have just a slight bit. So, realistically, man, this is what happens. Kenny, I don't think he'll take that.
No.
MJF will be like, calm down. I know Don Callis probably got heat with him back there for that now.
Even Chris Jericho had that.
But he's not here.
As we thought.
So, Jericho pops out of the back of the car at some point and like, do you hear the Inner Circle chants? Pretty much. And they challenge him to a match one more time. And then MJF says, no, drive off, get out once again. Like, he's like, I'm done with you. I finished you. I beat you. You guys surrendered. Chris, I threw you off of blah, blah, blah. So, Chris Jericho, if you didn't know and you lived under a rock, has his own alcohol. It is called a little bit of the bubbly. This, if you already know the backstory, spawned off of Jericho. This spawned off of him going backstage in Gorilla after one of his matches in AEW. It was the match he won the world title.
Actually.
And he ended up grabbing alcohol. Might have been champagne, actually, and just ended up yelling into the mic after he just drank it. Yeah, a little bit of bubbly. And since then, got an alcohol sponsor, and not the sponsor. Since then, had an alcohol company call him and got his own drink called a little bit of bubbly.
Bubbly.
So they bubbly bathed.
Bubbly.
If that makes any kind of sense, you know. The Pinnacle. MJF.
That ass up.
Yep. It was like this pretty much remind anybody of the Stone Cold beer bash or the Kurt Angle milk truck thing. This was funny. Just to see all of them slipping and sliding in alcohol was just was funny as fuck.
As hell.
So we get to a point where MJF grabs the mic. You know what? You want to rematch? Fine. We're going to do it.
But
it'll be in a match that you lost last year. Stadium Stampede. And he said, And Jericho's like, okay, fine, whatever.
Like,
Like,
take it.
we still have the advantage. We had the experience in the match. So Jericho's like, there won't be any stunts. Oh, wait, no. One of them said there won't be any stunts. I think it was Max, right?
Yeah.
There won't be any stunts. There won't be any of the, yeah. What it leads to is, if the Inner Circle loses, you have to break up and disband forever.
Ever.
MJF seems to just want to just eliminate everything, huh?
Yeah.
Happens with Cody first, and now this. Oh, and a paradigm shift in the match, and Moxley still didn't give a fucking one with the paradigm shift. So, yeah, this is what it's gonna be. Stadium Stampede at Double or Nothing.
All right, I'm with it.
Sweet. Okay, what's next?
D. Britt Baker.
It's pretty much an overall look of her year. Her last specific year, like from today actually on to a year ago. I don't know if it was today. I'm not going to quote JR. I look stupid quoting JR. I'm not going to do that. I like old school wrestling. Listen, pretty much, I think it was the start of the pandemic. A couple weeks into the pandemic, Britt Baker had a match against Karushida. Karushida broke her nose for real, broke her nose. She had to go get surgery. She was out for 5 months. Came back, a completely new aggressive bitch, and she thinks since then she's been the baddest bitch on the block.
Her curl, by the way.
Yeah, that one you can quote me on. She's been the baddest bitch on the block was what she said, and she feels as if the division has been on life support. And when Britt Baker runs the division, it won't be on life support. It'll be running on its own because it's under her.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what she had to say. To sum up to be honest, what they're trying to say is, hey, we wanted to make a star out of Britt Baker. She was pretty shit for a while, but we're going to keep trying because we seen something in her. She got her nose broken. We found a whole different level of aggression, and she's kept it ever since.
Hell yeah.
So at Double or Nothing, there will be a full crowd. Hikaru Shida will get to complete her dream of defending that title in front of a full crowd because when she won it, it just started in the pandemic. And they had a plan for her to literally win it the week that everything went crazy. And they had to go and just film a different show in an empty building.
Yeah.
So she'll get to accomplish her dream, lose, and then we can move on to the reign of Britt Baker. And then Britt Baker getting her win back over Thunder Rosa.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait for that.
So, overall, I get it. And I appreciate AEW going back to tell us that, hey, this is pretty much going to be the culmination of her moment. She's pretty much going over.
A+ on this.
And JR didn't even have to say much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, boy.
All right, what's next?
Thunder Rosa versus local competitor.
I should remember. I just mentioned Thunder Rosa because they did this exact same formula last week with they mentioned Thunder Rosa, and then Britt had her match against the local talent or whoever the girl was.
Little things.
So they're just telling us that their collision course is coming quick. So that'll be after Double or Nothing. Thunder Rosa made it quick, simple, to the point. Not really much to say. Fire Thunder Driver for the win.
That's it.
Literally, it was just quick to the point. Thunder Rosa win. Just got to get it established that she's still here and she's still going to be coming for the championship because she has made it known that she's coming for the title, too.
Very.
All right, moving forward. What's that?
Hangman.
Oh, yeah. So, thank you for bringing up the fact that, okay, let's put it this way. He put over Cage in the sense that Cage was good enough to beat him. It was bound to happen. Number one contender for a while.
Yeah.
I just want to make a point on saying real quick, just a small point. I would have asked for my title match a while ago if I were him because he was number one contender for a while. So he was number one contender. It was bound to happen. Had a target on his back. But it's funny that it took Team Taz beating him up, and he individually made. Oh wait, no, that was Christian. I made the corny dad jokes about Team Taz. He basically individually named the things that had to take him out. The attack,
Powerbomb,
that almost made him cough his lungs out of his body, and the drill claw. Am I on point?
The Powerbomb, the attack. I thought there's like one more thing that happened.
The finisher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Hangman is pretty much saying Cage. That's a Cage. Hangman. Yeah, Hangman is pretty much saying Cage. You leave your group behind. I won't have the Dark Order anywhere near me.
Nah.
Let's just run this 1-on-1 and see what's really like. Let's just run this and see what's good.
Basically, run it back.
And I'm pretty sure it'll be announced for sometime soon if it wasn't announced for tonight. Oh, wait. Double or Nothing. I'm sorry. I'm looking up. Yeah. I was just sitting there looking to the side and shit, and I look up at the screen. Yeah, there's Double or Nothing.
Hey, man, with Taz. Okay.
See, that's not what he meant. You Taz out the graphic, bro. He specifically said, you come alone.
Right.
Yo, they just played Hangman, bro. It's because he had a drink in his hand.
Yeah, basically.
This dude don't ever get no breaks, bro. This man is just... This is the friendliest dude you could meet, bro.
Cool dude, though.
He just fleeced him.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
Main event.
Before the main event, there is a Darby Allin video package, pretty much just documenting him saying, okay, I got thrown down some stairs last week. I don't give a shit. I didn't have time to go to a doctor. I don't really fucking care. What's really the case here is I had to be prepared for my match. And he said, Miro, you're a son of a bitch. I want you to look me in my eyes. I want you to look me in my eyes. Generic son of a bitch, right?
Yeah, generic son of a bitch.
Yeah. He basically just said you're playing, bro.
Yeah, basically. Shy's old character, basically.
Yeah. And basically said, I want to see you bust through a glass ceiling, because to beat me, you have to bust through the glass ceiling you always speak about. So after that, they get to the main event. They just had to get the little Darby video package out of the way.
Great video package, by the way.
Dude, most of his stuff is great.
But yeah,
most
as
of the
you
stuff
know, go ahead.
Most of the stuff he does is great with the video package. It's just some of the ones that started the pandemic were just really off. When they did not have him available for a while, some of those are just really off.
Yeah, because I heard now he does all his stuff.
As he fucking should. Oh, yeah. They started letting him a while ago because people were starting to complain about him.
Yeah.
Because he did get to present some of his own and use some of his own. Now he's using all of his own.
Yeah, he produced our own Cincinnati match too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's my reaction. I'm like, oh shit.
Good job, Darby. So the main event happens. It is the man that everyone wanted to be their father, Miro.
As our father.
Listen, I feel like I need to just emphasize this one more time.
Look at the traps.
This man is like Bulgarian, knew nothing of our culture, came to the country for like 2 years, eventually got like a broken English accent, has a banging wife, and the dude, hold on, the dude,
mom like that?
Yeah, I will talk about mom like that because I'm putting her over. Okay. And this dude found a place that he likes in Nashville, became a Nashville Predators fan, watches the games on his lawn in his boxers while he's grilling.
Yeah.
Stand up, dude. Stand up, fucking dude.
Draws?
Draws
wrestling? Hockey? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hasn't he thrown out a first pitch for somebody before, too?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so anyways, we'll get to the best man because that's what his theme song still says.
Please.
And he's wearing a tire, as you can see, that is matched off of the AEW TNT title.
Yes.
And he even has the like little emblem on it too. So this was pretty much before Darby could really even get in the ring. Miro just beat the shit out of him for literally 5 minutes and just started throwing him around everywhere. Anywhere he could throw him, any wall he could throw him into, any barricade he could throw him into, any part of the, like all four sides of the ring, just beat him up everywhere. Get him back in the ring, beat the shit out of him. Yes. Get him back out, beat him up again, get him back in, sit him in a corner, ref ring the bell. That was literally that.
He will sell his ass off for Miro.
You know, I'd like to assume Darby sells, right? I don't think he actually sells. What I really think happens with Darby Allin, because of the dude and how he working at this point, actually try and fuck me up. I need to, like, they want this to look good. I want to show how good I actually am because I can bounce back from that pain, and that pain will lead to how good my selling is, and it'll make the performance look better all around. So Reed said he could only do this for a small time. Hey, let's put it like this. I'm saying that for the big bumps. Like, there's obviously other shit that you don't need to get, like, beat the shit out of 100% for. But I'm saying for, like, the big stuff. Like, all the Beals he took in the suplexes and shit.
Yeah.
Because some of those look like he folded incorrectly. The match starts. The pattern still stays the same. Miro beats the shit out of him for a while. Like, this is just Miro beating the dog shit out of him.
For a minute.
This was a 15-minute match. And Miro was a heel. Did his fucking job because he made that 15 minutes drag, and I mean it in the best way. And when I say it in the best way, I mean when you're just sitting there waiting for the comeback, you don't think that shit's gonna happen. That's what I mean. Yeah. So Darby eventually does get his comeback, and he goes for the coffin drop, and this happened earlier in the match. He goes for the coffin drop. This happened earlier in the match too, right? And Miro catches him in suplex position.
Oh, yeah.
On the floor earlier in the match, he hit him with the German out of it. And then in the ring, he caught him. German him out of that one too, right?
Yep. But I reversed it.
Oh, yeah. But Darby's comeback came to nothing because it was game over, as the finish is called. And if you've seen WWE when he did the accolade and then he would stretch smaller people back into, like, it's basically like a camel clutch, and he, like, stretches you back where the human body can't stretch. Little people like Darby Allin who can stretch like that, yeah, he basically locked his entire body down and bent him away he shouldn't even bent in the first place. That's the finish. He didn't tap. He just gave up. I guess he gave, or he just passed out.
Yeah, because I didn't see what's happening.
So, you have a brand new TNT champion. It's awesome, right? Good ending, right?
No.
Yeah, exactly. Because Scorpio Sky. Oh, yeah, we should have mentioned this too, right? Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page want to come in, and they want to get involved with Sting earlier in the match. And then go sit back in the crowd. Or sit back wherever the hell they were.
Yeah.
Sting had no worry about going to find them. And then they come back out and they do the same shit and beat the shit out of Darby, beat the shit out of Sting. And then the Dark Order comes out and they get chased off. Only for Lance Archer to then come out again and say, pretty much signal he wants the next title shot, which I'm pretty sure is going to be the match for Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
I just want to say,
a man can get his moment.
My man's can get his moment, and I feel like to an extent, Tony Khan's just taking it as he can with Archer. I feel like this is like a talent that he's like, I just want him on TV. I want him in big spots, but like, I don't know exactly what there is to do for him at this point in time. Because he gets squeezed in every single time. Every single time. Something important, you got to squeeze Archer into it. Other than that, we barely see him. And I understand there's like an aura thing, but like, it just feels like everything with him is last minute. And then if it doesn't turn out to be the way they want to plan and book it, then you got to go back to the drawing board, and he's off TV for 6 more weeks.
Yeah.
That's going to hinder his booking, and you're going to have him in the same spot as Scorpio Sky. But, yeah, with this happening, the Scorpio Sky thing ends with Miro telling Darby Allin at the very end of this, "You're nothing. Thank you for the championship. This is my time. This is my destiny." And that is it for AEW. It was a good show.
I enjoyed it.
Well put together 2 hours of TV.
Flew by.
Oh, yeah, one more thing. The Young Bucks had a little thing earlier where they got the locker room trashed by Mox and Kingston. John Moxley went and took a shit in their bathroom. They never even knew, by the way. Eddie Kingston said he'd watch out. John Moxley and Eddie Kingston are going to be facing the Young Bucks at Double or Nothing for the AEW Tag Team Championships. And the Young Bucks next week, because the rankings matter, are going to knock off the varsity.
Appreciate this.
Yeah, dead ass. Like this isn't even no sarcastic shit. Like appreciate this. The Varsity Blondes are gonna get a title shot next week, and the Young Bucks are just gonna run through them like a hot knife through butter, and it's not even gonna be a joke.
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna be a joke, but it's not. That's not even a joke.
Oh.
So that being said, that's that for AEW, and we would like to thank you for watching this video. Remember, if you already haven't, to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and we would like to thank you for watching. And that'll be that. Thank you guys for watching. See you next week.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Woo!